Well, hi, everybody. Oh, what a beautiful spring weekend we've been having, and what great weather the last few days. Thinking about spring makes me think that maybe summer is on its way. I love summer, I love the warm weather. But with spring comes spring cleaning, and I got started yesterday. I decided that I needed to get rid of all the winter dirt and dust from my car. So I cleaned my car, I washed it outside, I did the rims, I did all the windows, I got inside and I threw out garbage that had, accumulated over the winter, old receipts and things like that. Oh, anyway, I cleaned it. It's all spick and span. It looks like a brand new car. I'm so excited. Well, today's job is inside, and I decided I'd start with my office. It's kind of messy. Anyway, I thought I'd start first of all with my laptop. You know, I'm terrible. Sometimes I eat while I'm working, and, I get crumbs. And so I bought a can of this dust blaster, and it's supposed to get all the crumbs and things out from in between the keys on my laptop. So I'm going to try that now. I don't see a thing. I kind of hear something, but I don't see anything. I suppose the store sold me an empty can. Feeling kind of ripped off. Does remind me of my story this week. You'll remember last week on Easter Sunday when we announced that Jesus had risen, and we told the story about Jesus appearing to Mary, and then Mary went to the disciples and she told them she had seen Jesus. I'm not 100% sure they believed her, but anyway, days later, Jesus appeared to the disciples. They were all together in a room, well, except Thomas. Thomas wasn't there. I'm not sure if Thomas was running late or maybe he was running an errand. Anyway, Thomas wasn't there. But Jesus appeared, and all the disciples were so excited to see him. Oh, must have been amazing. Well, as the story goes, eventually Thomas appeared, and the disciples said, "Thomas, you won't believe it. Jesus appeared to us. He did rise from the dead." And Thomas said, "No, I don't believe you. I'm not going to believe it until I see it for myself. I want to see the holes in his hands." Well, Jesus did appear to Thomas, and he held out his hands, and Thomas saw the holes where Jesus had been nailed to the cross. And suddenly Thomas was overcome, and he said, "Oh, my Lord, my God, it really is you." Well, I think Jesus was happy for Thomas that he believed, but Jesus said something very important. He said, "Blessed are those who do not see and still believe." That is what we call faith. Sometimes we don't see, but we believe anyway. It's like us on a day-to-day basis. We don't see God or Jesus all the time, but we know they're there. We know that God created this amazing world for us and that he gave his only son Jesus to live and then to die for us, for our sins, and then to rise again with the promise that we would live forever with him someday. Wow, that's a pretty incredible promise to be able to believe, isn't it? You know what, my friends? Doubting sometimes is okay. We live in a very complicated world. Just look at this COVID pandemic. Sometimes it's hard to see the good in the world, in other people, and sometimes we can forget that God and Jesus are out there. But that's the promise that we have. And remember, we've been talking for this last year about us being the light that shines somebody towards Jesus, or us being Jesus' hands and feet here on earth to help spread his message. And maybe we don't just tell the stories from the Bible, maybe we show by our actions that Jesus has led our way, that Jesus has told us how to act. He's given us the commandments. He's given us the greatest commandment to love one another as we love ourselves and as he loves us. Well, I think that's a pretty good way to start this spring season, don't you? We can clean up our hearts and we can clean up our actions just like I'm spring cleaning. And we can go out into the world being Jesus' hands and feet and leading people to God. And remember, whether we see it or not, we know God is there. That's our promise. Have an awesome week, my friends. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.